How much will your car insurance go up after an accident? Unfortunately, there's no single answer to that question. Car insurance almost always goes up after an accident, whether or not you're at fault. Our research shows that the average rate increase after an accident across all states and all major insurers is roughly 47%. But that doesn't mean that's how much your insurance will go up. There are a ton of factors that affect how much your insurance company will raise your rates after a claim. We'll go over the most important ones in this video and also give you tips to bring your rate back down to a more manageable price. Let's get into it. Jerry's got your back. Insurance companies increase rates after accidents for two reasons. First, accidents cost them money in the form of claims that you and other drivers might file in the aftermath of a crash. But accidents also raise your rate because they up the risk factor associated with your driving profile. You see, someone who's been in one accident is more likely to get in another than someone with a perfectly clean driving record. But accidents happen to everyone. In fact, the average driver gets into about 3 car accidents over the course of their life. Your insurance company understands this, so they'll look at a lot of factors when determining how much to raise your rate after any given accident. First, your age plays a huge role in how much your rate goes up after an accident. Drivers under the age of 25 are already seen as high risk, so adding an accident to your record can cause an already high rate to go up significantly. If you're over the age of 25, and especially if you're over the age of 50, your accident won't impact your insurance as much. Second, insurers look at how much coverage you have. If you have a liability-only policy, well, your insurance company will only have to cover the other driver's claim. But if you have full coverage and file a collision claim for your own damages, your insurer is now covering 2 different claims. And because you cost them more money, you'll likely see bigger increases in your rate. Insurers may also raise your rate differently in response to a different type of claim, but this varies from company to company. That's the third factor that influences how much your rate will increase, your insurance company. In our research, we found that Geico had the highest average record rate increases after an accident, while customer service-focused companies like Erie and State Farm tend to raise rate less severely. But remember, your age and coverage levels will impact this. Finally, which state you're in makes a big difference in how an accident impacts your insurance. In no-fault states like Michigan and New York, both drivers will file a claim after an accident. So, both drivers will see an insurance increase regardless of fault. With all this in mind, here's what you can do to avoid overpaying the same coverage after an accident. Don't let your policy renew without comparing quotes from other providers. Your insurance will almost always go up after an accident, but not until your policy renews, which means you've got time to shop for new quotes. Once you receive your new renewal rate from your current provider, compare quotes from at least 3 other companies to find if there's other companies that will give you more grace after your accident. That's where the Jerry app comes in. You see, the Jerry app makes things easy. Just enter your basic information and will automatically check rates from dozens of eligible insurers in your state. Another way to lower your rates after an accident is to work on improving your driving, especially if you're at fault. Click over to the Drive tab in the Jerry app and you'll be able to get a safe driving score and work on kicking bad driving habits that can lead to an accident, like phone usage, speeding, and harsh turns. Finally, keep an eye on your rates in the years following an accident. Insurance companies will only count an accident against you for 3 to 5 years, and you'll probably see your rates start to come down gradually as you approach the 5-year mark. You might also become eligible for lower rates from other providers, which is why Jerry allows drivers to turn on automatic reshopping so you never miss that chance to save. If you've seen your rates go up as a result of an accident, comment below and download the Jerry app to see how much you can save.
Jerry, the All Car app that's got your back. Because we car.